In a small town, there was a school named Resilience High. The name sounded peaceful, but the truth was far from it. In Class 8B, students often stayed in their own groups. The popular kids sat at the front. The quiet ones sat at the back. And a boy named Imran sat by himself near the window. No one talked to him. He had moved from another country and spoke with an accent that others didn't understand well. Maya, a bright girl who loved to read, watched this every day. She wasn't unkind, but she had never spoken to Imran either. It was easier to stay in her own world. Until the day the teacher gave them a group project. Class, Mr. Grant announced, you'll be working in groups of 3. I've already picked the teams. Maya held her breath. Group 4. Maya, Ethan, and Imran. The room went silent for a moment. Maya heard a whisper. Poor Maya. Someone giggled. She felt her cheeks grow warm. Ethan sighed. This is going to be a long week, he muttered. Imran just looked down at his notebook. After class, they gathered near the library. Imran spoke first. Should we meet here tomorrow? I have some ideas already. His English wasn't perfect, but he spoke with care. Ethan rolled his eyes. Sure. Whatever. Maya nodded politely. She didn't want to be rude, but she still didn't know how to talk to him. That evening, she told her older brother about the project. I just don't know how to connect with him, she said. Her brother looked at her and said, sometimes, the best way to understand someone is to listen first. Not just with your ears, but with your heart. The next day, Imran brought a small folder with drawings and notes. These are my ideas for the project on different cultures. I thought we could each present a country. Maya was surprised. The drawings were detailed. There were symbols from India, food from Thailand, and music from Morocco. Where did you learn all this? she asked. Imran smiled. I read. And I remember stories from my grandmother. She used to tell me about the world when I was small. Maya felt something change inside her. She realized. He wasn't just the quiet boy. He had a story too. Over the next few days, they worked together. Ethan stayed quiet most of the time. Maya, however, began asking questions. What was it like moving here? She asked one afternoon. Imran paused. It was hard, he said. I left my friends. Everything was different. The food. The words. Even the sky looked different. I felt like I didn't belong. Maya listened. Really listened. And then she said, I've never moved. But I felt that way on my first day here too. I didn't know anyone. They both smiled. In that moment, a small bridge formed between their hearts. That evening, Maya searched YouTube for something about kindness and understanding. She found a video on a channel. The title read, The Stranger Who Became a Friend. Learn English through story. As she watched, she saw the story of a girl who welcomed a new student from a faraway land. The story showed how asking simple questions and sharing meals turned strangers into best friends. At the end, the narrator said, Empathy is the language that connects all people. If this story warmed your heart, please like and subscribe to our channel. We share stories that help you grow in English and in kindness. Maya smiled. Click subscribe. And sent the video to Imran. The next day, Maya noticed Ethan watching them. You know, he said awkwardly. Those drawings were cool. My uncle is from Ghana. Maybe I could do that country. Imran looked surprised. Yes. That would be great. From that moment, Ethan joined in fully. He even brought some music from Ghana and shared a traditional dish for them to taste. The group project became more than a task. It became a journey of understanding. Presentation day arrived. Class 8B gathered as each group took the stage. When it was their turn, Maya spoke first. Today, we'll share not just facts about cultures, but stories, music, and food from around the world. Ethan played a short drum rhythm from Ghana. Maya shared stories from Japan. And Imran showed his beautiful drawings and told a story his grandmother used to tell. When they finished, the class clapped louder than ever before. Even Mr. Grant looked impressed. After that day, something changed in Class 8B. People began sitting with different classmates. They asked questions instead of making assumptions. Imran no longer sat alone. It wasn't magic. It was empathy, the simple power of listening and caring. Maya thought about her brother's words. She had listened. Not just with her ears, but with her heart. Mr. Grant asked every student to write a reflection about what they learned. Maya wrote, "Understanding others makes the world bigger and kinder." I thought I had nothing in common with Imran. But now, I realize we all carry stories that need someone to listen. Ethan wrote, "Sometimes we judge people before we know them. I was wrong. But I'm learning." Imran's letter was short. "Thank you for seeing me." Mr. Grant was so moved by their project that he asked them to create a school-wide event. They called it World Stories Week. Students shared food, stories, clothing, and games from their backgrounds. Even shy students stepped forward. And Imran? He was now leading one of the storytelling circles. The same boy who once sat alone. On the last day of World Stories Week, Imran's mother visited the school. She wore a colorful scarf and smiled shyly as she watched her son. She pulled Maya aside and said, "Thank you. My son used to come home quiet. Now he talks. He smiles. You gave him a place." Maya was touched. She didn't know her actions could mean so much. She had simply listened. But that simple act had changed a life. Months passed, and Class 8B became known as the most united class in the school. They laughed together. They disagreed respectfully. And when new students arrived, they were welcomed with open hearts. Imran became part of the school magazine team. Maya helped start a podcast where students shared real stories. Ethan joined the soccer team and became friends with players from different grades. Empathy wasn't just something they talked about. It was something they lived. Maya looked back one evening and thought, it all started with one project. One voice. One moment of listening. She opened her YouTube and visited the YouTube channel again. This time, the story was The Girl Who Listened and Changed a School. It felt personal. At the end of the video, the voice said, empathy begins with a question, grows with a story, and blooms through action. Be someone who listens. On graduation day, Maya was chosen to give the farewell speech. She stood on stage, took a breath, and said, "We've learned math, science, and grammar. But the greatest lesson was this: understanding others makes us stronger. It builds bridges that last a lifetime." She looked at Imran, then at the class. Let's keep asking questions. Keep listening. Keep caring. Because empathy is not just a feeling. It's a choice. The crowd stood and clapped. And in that moment, Maya realized she had not only grown in English, she had grown in heart. Thank you for watching. If this story inspired you, helped you understand others, or simply made you smile, we invite you to like, comment, and subscribe to Tales Fluency. Learn English through story. Here, we share easy-to-understand stories that help you learn English and understand the world with empathy, kindness, and heart. See you in the next story. Vocabulary highlights. Empathy. The ability to understand and share someone else's feelings. Accent. A way of speaking that shows where someone is from. Assumptions. Things we believe without proof. Project. A task that students do together for school. Reflection. Deep thinking about something that happened. Podcast. An audio program you can listen to online. Culture. The traditions. Language. And way of life of a group of people. Unity. The state of being joined or working together. Kindness. Being nice and helpful to others. Journey. A trip or experience that leads to growth.